Get ready, for we are about to take a look at Agri Culture, the Martin County way.
Hi, I'm Leah.
And I'm Dustyn, and we're the Heart-Tongues from Auctioneer Alley and Land Services Unlimited.
Welcome to another episode of Agriculture, the Martin County way, where we talk about what's going on in the ag world in Martin County. Dustyn, will you tell us what happened this winter? What was the weather like?
Yeah, well, Leah, I think we all know in southern Minnesota and northern Iowa we had a mild winter across most of the Midwest here this winter. It allowed us farmers to do a lot of outside work and get caught up on things we've been putting off in the past. We did a lot of fence line work, taking trees down along fence lines and cleaning them up. There's been a lot of tiling going on this fall with the mild winter. The tilers have been quite happy. They've been able to tile probably most of the winter. So kind of unique in that situation with being that mild, and it's allowed a lot of farmers to catch up on things they've been not able to get done over the recent years.
Being we had a mild winter with the lack of snow and precipitation, how's that going to affect the planting season?
Well, so far in southern Minnesota and northern Iowa, we were still in or classified as a drought, but obviously it seems like it has changed here a little bit the last 2 weeks to 2 months. And what we were classified as a drought, now it seems like it wants to rain. So it seems like everything tends to cycle. Seems like it is cycling right now. And now we are in a pattern where we are getting some rainfall, which we duly needed. And there has been some corn planting going on the last few days or last 7 days. But now it looks like we could be out of the field here for 7 days or so with, I think we got an inch of rain here a few days ago. And now it looks like we got another 3/10 to half inch last night. So it is still needed, but it is starting to slow spring progress down here a little bit.
Well, it seems like everyone's getting into spring mode. We've been starting some planning stages with our From the Ground Up event. That's usually in July. And I don't know if there's going to be another breakfast on the farm or other events for kids and families, but there's always a lot to look forward to in the spring and summer months in Martin County.
So Leah, I know you recently had a chance to visit with some folks here in the county. Tell us about that.
Yeah, I just got to go interview Bob and Lori Calkins at their dairy farm. It was really interesting, and I'm excited to show you some clips about it. Dustyn, did you know there's only 2 active dairy farms in Martin County?
Yes, Leah, I did know that, but we are still very thankful that they are still here.
Well, let's go check out the interview with them. Hi, we are at Bob and Lori Calkins Dairy Farm today. Would you please tell us a little history about the farm?
Well, our farm was established in 1863. We've been here ever since. Lorie and I moved back to the area to farm in 1988, and we've been dairying ever since. We bought my dad's cows, and then we bought some registered cows along the way, and just kind of growing our herd from within ever since.
Okay. So was it a dairy farm before that then?
Yes.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, my grandfather actually bought his first registered Holsteins from the University of Minnesota.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And that would have been in the 19 teens, I think.
Okay.
And he built the farmstead where we live today.
Okay.
So
The house.
yeah, the house.
So we live in an old house.
Yeah, no, that's typical farm style.
This barn was built in 1999.
Okay.
And we kind of expanded step by step.
Yep.
And so what we did was we walked cows up to our existing parlor
Okay.
for a number of years. You know, and our plan was 3 to 5 years. We'd build a new parlor, special needs barn. You know, it took 7.
Okay. Yeah.
And
Which is typical.
yeah, which is typical.
Yep.
So, but the barns worked very well. Cows are very comfortable. You know, we use sand-bedded free stalls, which is very comfortable for the cows. Fans in the summer. Actually, we replaced the original fans with panel fans.
Okay. You had good luck with them?
Yeah, well, they're only a year old now, but they're very good. It's very nice.
Really
circulation.
Very nice.
And this is set on top of a hill, so we catch any little breeze where in the summer, which is really, really necessary when we got that hot, humid
we
weather.
have the breeze today.
Yeah.
So, and of course, in the summer, all the curtains and doors are all open.
Open. Yep.
So,
Okay.
But yeah, it's performed really well. The cows are comfortable, healthy. We don't, it's very, very, very rarely do we have to treat a cow down here.
Okay. If you do, it's up by the parlor.
Yeah, we have a special needs barn where cows are kept during freshening or calving.
Or if they have a sore foot or just aren't right, then they go right into there, so we can just keep a better eye on them.
Okay.
Yeah, and we can restrain a cow there if she needs treatment. But,
Sure.
there are some nutritional supplements we give after calving. Usually they just take off.
Yep.
Then, and so it works really well.
So how many cows do you have in here right now, roughly?
Right now in here, there's probably about 2/3.
2/3.
We've got a few cows down in our special needs barn, and then we're milking a few less cows than normal because we're just preparing to calve more heavily in the spring.
Yep.
So,
Which
cows,
that's normal time, right?
yeah, we calve all year round, but more heavily in the spring and especially the fall.
Okay.
And the cows get about a 50 to 60 day dry period or vacation before they calve in again.
Okay.
So we have a few more dry cows now, not a lot of fresh cows, but that'll change.
Yep.
Yes, it's a total mixed ration with corn silage, haylage, a small grain silage called triticale, corn, soy products, a custom mineral, a fat product. Each cow, depending on the moisture of the feed, or in the dairy world we call it dry matter, depending on that, each cow eats about 100 pounds a day. Roughly every day we have to have 30,000 pounds of feed come through this barn, to keep everybody happy. And by tomorrow morning, it'll mostly be gone. We want to have just a little left, so we know they're not hungry. But and you can watch. A good Holstein cow has a mouth shaped like a scoop shovel, and they scoop it in.
When we're in the milking parlor, we bring the cows in quietly, and then we start at the front. And we normally start with 4 cows, so we wipe with a cloth towel to get the dirt off, and then we dip, and the dip is a sanitizing dip. It's trying to sanitize the teat to make sure we're milking clean cows. And he'll go through 4 cows doing that, and then he'll come back, and then he'll strip each quarter and clean the teat as he's going, and then dip again, and then we dry and put the milker on. The milker is normally on the cow for 3 to 6 minutes, and then there's a sensor that senses when the milk that's being released in the udder or down into the teat, into the unit. It senses that there's lower and lower milk production, so then the sensor realizes that, and then it will cut off the vacuum and pull the unit off the cow very gently. And then after that, we use another dip that is some lanolin, some skin conditioner, and a sanitizer to protect the teat end until the teat end closes.
Can you explain the process of the milk coming into the milk room?
Yes, the milk comes out of the cow and goes into a line where gravity flows around to the milk room. There's 2 lines, and the milk units alternate each line to keep from overloading them. And then they come into this receiver, which is below ground, and then from there the milk is pumped up through a plate cooler, and the plate cooler uses well water to pre-cool the milk, and then it goes into the storage tanks where it's cooled the rest of the way, usually down to 38 degrees. And when the truck comes in, right now they're picking us up every 3rd day. The truck comes, he backs up to the milk room. There's a port in the wall. He puts a hose through and attaches to the tank. And then the truck has its own pump that pumps milk out into the truck.
And you said it was insulated, so
yes,
that's how the milk stays cool.
Yeah, the trucks are very well insulated.
We're in the calf barn right now. Lori, tell us a little bit about these.
Okay, this calf we just moved from we have a vet room, a dry, warm room for winter, and So today is a pretty nice day, so we brought her out and put a jacket on. In the winter, we put jackets on even after they're dry, and even though there's not a wind in here, but it just keeps them warmer, and they do a lot better. And then we actually have calves here of different ages. Some are weaned. Okay. They're all in different process. You know, we kind of go in age and what they're eating or drink. If they drink, we bring them milk, and then we come back in and we bring them a blue light water about 20 minutes later just to make sure everybody's healthy and doesn't have a tummy ache or anything. And if they do, then we treat them or whatever.
What's a blue light water?
Blue light is like Gatorade.
Oh, okay.
So it's just a powder, and you put it in the water.
So
and,
like electrolyte?
Yeah, like electrolyte water. And then we also feed a calf starter with it's got yummy molasses and roasted beans and that kind of stuff. And my daughter liked it when she was 2 years old.
So it's good enough for humans.
Yeah, it's good for human consumption. Anyway, so and then when it gets warm enough, then we pull we just take the blankets off. But it really helps calves do well in
to feel that warmth and comfort.
Yeah, that warmth and comfort, and just kind of keep any moving air off of them and stuff, so they don't get cold. Because a cold calf doesn't do well. Clean, warm calves do great.
I operate the same.
Yeah, me too.
Leah, well, I think that was a great interview. I've personally never even been on a dairy farm, so we're sure neat to see Bob and Lori Calkins' way of life, and it's a very interesting story and what they're doing there. So appreciate you taking the time to do that interview, and it was quite interesting, and I hope folks enjoyed it.
Yes, as a farm kid, I've never seen one up close and personal either, and it was very interesting, and we really appreciated their time.
So there you have it, another episode of Agriculture the Martin County Way. We'll see you in the next one.